Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Connecticut at Your Service. I'm your host, and I come to you live each week to share with you highlights of individuals that are making a difference in the community by what they do. Most of you know me as Carmen Nieves, so can't wait to share with you the two guests that we have today. So today we have, I'll show you up on the screen, we have Ms. Denise Goodman, who's the Community and Citizen and Inclusion and Diversity Manager at Turner Construction, which is a North American-based international construction company with a staff of over 10,000 and completes over 15 billion of construction on 1,500 projects each year. Turner offers clients the accessibility and the support of local firm with the stability and resources of a multinational organization. And they have a very strong commitment to creating opportunity and access since 1968. And that's why they're here. Denise, welcome to the show. That was the company bio. I wanted to take a minute and share with people how fabulous you are. So in partnership with the leadership team at Turner Construction, you work in the businesses unit. And your primary work is to help people people in our community to understand what opportunities are offered through Turner and then opening doors for them. And it talks about that you really are about fostering economic impact in communities. You work with the procurement department. And really why you're here is because you help us to serve underrepresented communities. And we all need people to do that. So before we get to you, I want to introduce our next guest, which is Greta Brown. And Greta is a Bridgeport native and an entrepreneur, and she is the part owner and vice president of Kafa Group. She's a dedicated person to her family, her friends, her community. Greta has successfully worked in different careers in both the corporate and the retail arena. She is working on commercial constructions, and she has a philosophy. She is a philanthropy corporate advising committee with Hartford Health, and she volunteers at March for Education in Bridgeport. And Denise, we're going to get into you a little bit more because you do a lot of fabulous stuff too. So before we get started, as we do with every show, tell us a little bit about who you are and kind of how did you get to this role at Turner?
Sure. Carmen, it's so great to be here.
Thank you for coming.
I am a native New Yorker. I grew up in Brooklyn, and through a lot of opportunity and access was able to go to school and really discover a much bigger world. So I think from that, my career has taken a path of always wanting to forge access, open doors for people. And Turner is a company that is the leading construction management company in North America and has been committed to really opening doors for smaller businesses to grow, for women, for diverse populations to come into the construction field as a trades worker, as a small business that's going to grow, and as construction management professionals. So it's a pleasure of mine to be able to do this work with a company that's been doing this since, the 60s, long before philanthropy and corporate citizenship was popular. This has been a company that's been committed to that.
I think that is amazing. And Greta, I mean, for you having you on the show here, I want you to tell us a little bit kind of about you and your getting into construction management.
Okay, so I got into home improvement and carpentry work years ago, and I did my own little thing on the side. And then I went into corporate, and I was like, okay, this is nice and everything, but I enjoy working with my hands. So I ended up getting back into construction work, and I was mainly working on residential and, doing a little bit with commercial. But when I found my niche with commercial, and I decided, hey, I like this better, and I like the bigger projects, and just seeing how things go from nothing to this big, beautiful project. I was like all in. So I started managing projects, and I actually was going to work for Structure out in Maryland, and then I came back to Connecticut. And when I came back to Connecticut, I started working at a construction company, and then I ended up partnering up with Steve, with CAFA Group. And I like being in the office as well as outside the office. So I do both worlds because I like a lot of hands-on and just dealing with the contractors and making sure the owners are happy. And and then watching Denise, I was like, hey, she's fabulous.
I'm going to follow her.
I need to follow her.
So I think that that's really great. And they were talking about that in 2022, they did a study and they found that 1.3 million women were entering the construction field. And it said that the rise in management roles demonstrates a cultural shift, which is what we were talking about, leveling that playing field within the industry. It suggests a move away from rigid gender roles, right, giving an opportunity to all, and working towards a more inclusive workplace and culture where skills qualified are valued over gender. Can you do the work? And then it started talking about that of that, Connecticut ranks at 8.4 in hiring women in the construction field. And the increase in the construction industry overall is over 60%. So I want to put up some slides, Denise, because Turner really holds 4 core pillars of service that helps to level that playing field, not only for women, but for all. So we're going to start with this one.
Sure, I'd love to talk about our commitment to economic impact. As you mentioned, Turner does $15 billion of work across North America, and we are committed to really helping businesses that want to take what they're currently doing and see it grow. So that if they're starting with, I'm doing $500,000 a year, how can I get to $1 million? How can I get to $2 million? It is based on that company's interests and their decision points of how and when to grow and what markets they want to be in. Without a doubt, any project that we're working on, Turner is aiming to get 20% commitment from diverse businesses. And we do that through many different ways, many different opportunities for outreach. That's how we came to know each other. And as well, we host a free school of Turner School of Construction Management. And this is a school that offers sort of a certificate level crash course on how to run a construction business and how to grow that business. Everything from accounting to human resources to scheduling to reading contracts, insurance, bonding. We're going to have a program in the fall. It's free. And we are very proud of the graduates that we have seen go through this program, such as Greta at the CAFA Group. And really, it's so meaningful to us to see businesses grow, where at some point they're on the same level, hopefully,
and can open up doors for somebody else.
Exactly.
So the next slide.
The 2 other pillars that Turner is very focused on is what we call future builders, and that is working with children from K to 12. So we know that when young people get exposed to STEM and to engineering and math, and not in a way that's challenging to them, they're going to be more inclined to consider a career in the STEM field. And we know that jobs are not based on gender. It's around opportunity and access. So we are in the school system working with elementary all the way through high school. We have a very focused program at the high school level. We partner with ACE Mentor, and we have students free of charge go through an entire semester-long program where they're exposed to architecture, construction, and engineering. That's what ACE stands for. Those students are able to receive or certainly compete for scholarships that are exclusive to students in the ACE program. And when I say that 2 years in a row, we have had scholars at the high school level who are now in college with scholarship funding that is really taking the cost down to where parents are able to really see great access. And in addition to high school students, just want to touch on, we do with the workforce, we're working very closely with the trades programs, with unions, to really let people know that not everybody wants to go to college, not everybody is intended to go to college, and
there's definitely a shift in that.
Pertinent, and right, it's a shift in that. And there's a great pride in being a trades worker. There's a great income and a great career that can be forged. So we help to facilitate that as well.
So, and the last pillar, which is really one that's close to my heart, is not only are we businesses in this community, but if we wanted to thrive, We have to be engaged in it.
Right.
And you just guys are a master at that. So tell us a little bit about what's happening.
Well, I don't think I have a favorite pillar, but this might be that one because I've come from a nonprofit background. So being able to come into a for-profit company and see the same level of commitment to creating access in the community, strengthening the communities we're in, and not just building, earning revenue, but really adding value. So we work with numerous organizations, nonprofits around Connecticut to do service projects, to come alongside them, help their young people engaged in, say, boys and girls clubs, to really understand career opportunities in construction. That is really big. And food insecurity, so our partnership with Connecticut Food Share, Habitat, working with homelessness, the range of different things that our staff, based on their sort of commitment to citizenship that we're able to do is astounding to me, even coming from a nonprofit background.
And I think, and thank you for that. And I think it helps with employee retention. You know, if you take pride in what you're building and what you're doing and in the way that your efforts give back, it creates a level of loyalty that a lot of small businesses struggle with.
Yep.
Because they want to do that, but they can't do that. So we've said a lot, Greta, but tell us a little bit about, we're going to go back and talk a little bit about that training program that you talked about, because I think that's key, and I really want to spend some time on that. But actually, Greta, you're a graduate of that program.
Yes.
So I would love to get, one thing is to compete in kind of like where males have primarily dominated, but to wiggle your way into, construction management, and you don't have to physically be handling the hammer
Right.
to have that level of impact. And I think that's part of what this program allows or gives access to. So I would love to hear what you gained from it. How was the experience for you?
Okay, so the experience, I'll start there. It was a great experience because, after meeting Denise and her team of colleagues at Turner Construction, because we're partnering with them, of course, I wanted to see what are the things that they do to make them successful. So this way, if there was something that I was lacking with our company, I would be able to pick that up and be able to become stronger in whatever area I was weak in. So the experience for me was great because they took the time to, with this program, to teach different areas of the program. And I know from having an entrepreneur background from different businesses, it's easy for someone to come up with the idea to say, hey, I want to start this particular business, but what's the know-how? How do you start it? And, sometimes it's great to be able to follow the footsteps of someone else, or even just learn from the mistakes that they have made. So this way you don't have to repeat the same
Or
mistakes.
just stand on their shoulders,
And
right?
just
Because then you
stand
could
there.
be taller.
Absolutely.
So I know that you're the vice president, so we'll get back to that in just a second.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to Connecticut at your service. Do you have a question for our guests?
Hi, this is John Torres, Carmen. How are you?
Hey, John, your timing is absolutely perfect because we were talking about partnerships. And how funny, did you, okay, listen, we love it. John, thank you so much. I know that you've got a pre-apprentice type program that Turner partners with. Listen, I couldn't have done this better myself. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, yes. And hi, Denise. How are you?
Hi, John. Good to hear from you.
Likewise. Well, we have a trade assessment preparation program, which Turner Construction has been very, very involved in this venture with us. We started that 2.5 years ago for high school students, exposing them to the various trades. And the great thing is that it's resulted in 5 students thus far entering the apprenticeship program.
Nice.
And the nice thing about this is that it's really giving the students another opportunity to think about post high school. And that's what we're trying to do, is expose our students, high school students, to all different opportunities in terms of having a path that before they graduate from high school, they know where they're going to go. And so we're excited that not only we have a partner with Turner Construction, but we have the building trades unions involved, as well as IBEW Local 488, the electrical union, and it's giving and exposing these students to just various trades out there, which we love, and they really appreciate it. And one of the things that occurred this past year, Turner took our group of students to a job site out at Fuller Haven. Oh no, I'm sorry, Bassett High School, and the students were able to get on the premises and tour and speak to actual contractors, tradesmen there, and then they also visited their shop in, I believe it was Trumbull.
In Trumbull,
where
yes.
where they received hands-on training in terms of carpentry and getting exposed to the carpentry
that's awesome.
trade. So it's been, to me, it's been a great opportunity for them. But also, we've also experienced where we could probably have more students entering the trade. The one obstacle that many of our students face is that they don't have a driver's license or a vehicle. So the great news is that we're very close in introducing and announcing an augmentation of the program that once the students successfully complete the trade apprentice preparation program, then they will then move over to driver's ed and financial literacy, so that this way they can get a driver's license and also be able to develop a financial plan where they can save money and hopefully buy a car or a vehicle to transport. Because the one thing about being a tradesperson is that you go from one job 1 week and you could be on the other side of the state the other. We're trying to remove those obstacles, and I can't tell you how grateful I am to Turner, to the building trades, and IBEW Local for making this happen for the students here in Bridgeport.
Wow.
John, thank you so much for sharing that.
I just want to say, John, thanks for calling. I mean, you're a great partner, and it's awesome that.
And he's been on the show before, so he knows.
Yeah, he brings all of the issues that we talk about.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. John, thank you so much.
Thank you, Carmen.
Bye.
Have a great day, ladies.
Bye-bye. There is no better testament to what you do than to have somebody just, I didn't think he was going to call, we weren't sure, and he knows what the work that we try to do. So I just want to go back a little bit and just, so Greta, really quickly, we were talking about you are now serve as the vice president.
Yes.
Do you think that this training kind of helped you, and how did it help you in your role as vice president?
Well, it helped me to get a better understanding of just not one position, because I vice president and CFO. So, working with the finance area is one thing, but then actually just being out there and dealing with the subcontractors, dealing with all the different things that can happen on a project and everything else, it was a great experience for me to take the program to just understand what they do on a bigger level, because, since we're partners, I want to.
I love that she keeps referencing you as a partner.
Yes.
John called in and he said we're partners, and you had the slide up there with the community service. You're
It's
partners.
partners.
You're not
Yes.
only working here, but you're living the life of giving back to the community. So I just want to go back and say that Denise's role before Turner, she worked for the Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, and she used to help them with getting rides in order to treatment. So I was talking to her on the phone, and I said to her, you went from caring to empowering. And I think that is just so amazing. And you also mentioned that you guys partner with the Connecticut Food Bank. We were on the phone and I was so excited because my daughter Stephanie works for Connecticut Food Share, and we share that a family member works there too. So give him a little shout out for all he does.
Right.
And
Shout out to my husband, Fred Goodman. He is the network manager at Connecticut Food Share, and he was working with your daughter doing the pantries across the state.
Yeah.
And he does a great job. He's always there. We have a host of college interns every summer, and I can always count on Connecticut Food Share to give them volunteer opportunities, because we want to be sure our staff at the intern level on up are connected to ways to really serve the community and be engaged.
because as soon as I got off the phone,
Yes.
I was like, Stephanie, do you know if she goes, yes, I do. He's so great. I was just
good.
talking to him. And she said the people from her company are always volunteering.
Oh, yes.
So I think that's a really great synergy when we talk about partnering. So I just wanted to take a pause and celebrate that, because
I appreciate that.
because very often, my husband too, Victor, who I love, and he watches every week, and he's got a whole list of things that I could do better when I go back every week. But the important thing is that for us, kind of like our first volunteers, the first people that we go to is our family.
Yes.
And we almost kind of expect that when they have their own, but I'm gonna digress from that. And because I know both of you have children and it means a lot to you to have them involved. I don't want to run out of time before we talk about the training.
Okay.
So could you talk about the training and how long it is and all that? So we have a flyer that we're going to show of the training that's coming up.
Well, great. The training is 8 weeks long, and we meet for 2 hours every week, and we're going to be at the University of Bridgeport this year, which is an exciting opportunity for us. Okay.
I'm going to put a hold on that and take the slide down. Hello and welcome to Connecticut at your service. Do you have a question for our guests?
Yes, I do. I'm calling in for Carmen's show.
Yes,
I have a testimonial about working for Turner Construction and being a woman in construction.
I love it. Go for it.
Should I?
Yes, you're on. You're on right now.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
You can hear me?
Yes, tell us who you are.
Oh my gosh, this is Emily from Turner Construction. This is such a great opportunity. I just want to say hi to Carmen, Denise, and Greta.
Hi.
Hey, I had to mute my computer so I could hear you. I just want to say that how proud I am of Denise to get to share the opportunities today about our community impact. It's really been great to hear about how connected we are on so many fronts and above and beyond just the construction world, how all we do impacts the community. And I'm so glad to get to talk about the Turner School of Construction Management tonight. I'm excited for the next upcoming class. It's great to hear Greta's story about her success coming off the program. I just wanted to echo Denise's sentiment about all of these opportunities, especially as a woman in construction and myself as an ACE mentor graduate. In high school, I was able to be connected to the ACE program, and I would not be at Turner and I would not be in construction management if it weren't for these awesome opportunities such as ACE and Turner School of Management. I'm really excited about these opportunities and how, for myself especially, they provide a sense of belonging in the community. Where there's more than one type of person that belongs in construction, and these are great ways to get connected, as we've been.
Emily, you're gonna make me cry. Stop it. I love how you said that. Please take away and carry that with you, that there's more than one way to be in construction.
Absolutely.
And I just love that, because you could be building community, building houses, building commercial properties. That is so well said, Emily. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you, Emily.
Nice.
Thank
you.
Carmen, for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Thanks for calling in.
Great platform.
Bye.
For next year. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh my God. We're like running out of time, so I didn't mean to cut her off. So let's put the slide back up, because this is so important, because this is actually how we met.
So, right, the Turner School of Construction Management is going to launch on September the 19th, and we're going to be at the University of Bridgeport, awesome partner. They're going to be able to provide resources for business growth to those participants. We are accepting applications for another couple of weeks until September 7th. So please do email me, go and check on the resources that are here on this slide, and fill out the application. It's free, no charge. The instructors are people who have been leading in the field for up to 20 years, working on projects up to $300 million. So they really are experts in this. And the class size is kept to under 25 so that we can really focus attention, keep that relationship going, because the school is just sort of like the first encounter.
So do you run just one class a year?
We do a cohort every other year.
Okay, every other year. Oh, wow.
And then because we follow those participants throughout the next year and a half to really be sure that they're connected before we sort of start in with the next brand. So come in now, because otherwise you'll have to hold on.
You have to hold on for 2 years, and then what? So I want to give you an opportunity, because you gave me because Turner is national.
Yes.
So
Yes.
how do we find out what's going on in our state in Connecticut? Could you give us like the website?
Sure. You want to go to turnerconstruction.com/locations/Connecticut, and that will bring you to our Connecticut office. We're based in Shelton. I'm sure my email is there, our general manager, our business development person. Any of us will respond back to you.
So we talked a lot about the company, and I have a different appreciation of your company, especially seeing how much they give back. But what's next for each of you? So I'll start with Greta this time. Greta, what's next for you?
Well, we have a lot of different projects that we're working on, because we work with universities, we do schools from K to 12, along with, we have a few projects that we're working on right now in Bridgeport. We're partnered with Turner right now with the future of MSL that's coming, right? And so we have a lot of big things that's about to happen in Bridgeport. So I'm excited, especially since I've been here my whole life. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
How about you, Denise?
Same. I mean, we have major projects coming down the pike, including one in Bridgeport that we're partnered with the CAFA group on. And our goals really are to see our workforce continue to diversify. So we'll be out at a lot more schools, doing a lot more matching, really wanting to see more women, more people of color come into this field as well. Veterans, disabled.
Yep.
Everyone. There is opportunity in so many different fields within the construction industry, and as well to really just continue to grow our impact with the K to 12, because we really want to be sure we're creating programming that exposes students to, you can be an engineer, you can do this.
You can build, you can create,
build.
all of those things.
Exactly.
So I want to end with this last question, and I'm going to start with you, Denise.
Okay.
You've heard from all the women that you've inspired. Who's inspired you?
Whew, such a great question. I have, a set of mentors, ones that help me in my professional in order to grow, not to, be the imposter syndrome, but to really live it, and as well to grow in my, citizenship within Stratford and within Connecticut. So Florence, Linnell, people have really influenced me.
People you love.
Yes.
How about you, Greg? And we have less than a minute.
I would say one person is Denise, because we've we've actually met, out doing volunteer work and community stuff. And from the first day I met her, I just loved that she always smiled and she was always involved in everything. So I was like, I need to get out here and be a little bit more involved in things. So she definitely, I would say, was one.
Ladies, I want to thank you so much for being here today. For those of you that are just tuning in, we've spent the afternoon with Denise Goodman, who's the Community and Citizen and Inclusion and Diversity Manager at Turner Construction, and Miss Greta Brown, who is the Vice President of CAFA Group. And you guys have joined us yet and met two extraordinary women making a difference in our community yet another week. Make sure that you're tuning in next week. We thank all the viewers, all the people that call in, our guests, our studio crew, and everyone who helps make a difference. We'll see you here next time at Connecticut at your service.